Welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to cover how to add contact details on DARS. Today we're going to look at three key features in regard to recording contact details. These are adding new contact details onto DARS, editing existing contact details, and marking the details with preferences. For instance, is this a primary point of contact for the constituent, and indeed are we allowed to contact them via this medium? So here's today's scenario. We've received a letter from a constituent to say that they've moved house. We need to update DARS with their new contact details. Search for and open your constituent's record. When you open their record, it should take you directly into the Contact tab. Follow the address heading along and click on the Add button, then select the option to add a new address. Begin to enter in the address details. Set the type to establish the nature of the address. Use the designated fields to record the postal address. Type in the city, set the county, and record the postcode. Importantly, remember to enter in a start date. This way we'll be able to look back and see when the address was first added onto the system. If this address is only used by the constituent throughout certain parts of the year, enter in the seasonal information at the bottom. In the top right hand corner of the screen are a series of tick boxes. Tick the box to say that the constituent has recently moved or changed from their current address. We can also set this new address as the primary address, meaning this is the first point of all contact. We will cover not sending mail to this address shortly, and we could also record whether or not this address is confidential. Finally, select the information source. This is important so that we can judge the reliability of the information. In this case, we received the information in writing from the constituent. Now you should see that the address has been updated, but it has not been replaced. If you need to view previous contact details, simply click on the filter button and check the box to show former contact information. When you click apply, this will give you a list of all previous addresses. Simply repeat this process if you need to add a new email or a new phone number. So in our next scenario, an error has been spotted on an address, and we will need to change it to rectify the error. So from on the constituent's record, click on the erroneous information, select edit, and correct the data. The general principle is as follows. If it's a new address that you're adding onto the system, use the Add feature. If you're correcting old information, use the Edit feature. Our final scenario then. A constituent has been in contact with us to request that they do not wish mail to be sent to a particular address. Select the address, click on Edit, and tick the box Do not send mail to this address. You'll need to provide a reason, and it's important that you do so because we need to know why a constituent shouldn't be contacted. This process can be repeated for addresses, for email addresses, and for phone numbers. So adding new contact details onto DARS is a very simple process. There are, however, a few points that you should consider when doing so. If it's a new address, use the Add feature. If you're correcting old data, use the Edit feature. Don't use Edit to add new data. All you'll end up doing is overwriting information which someone else could find useful. If a constituent has told you that they do not want to be contacted by a particular method, make sure that you record that on DARS. Use the fact that DARS tells you which is the primary information to your advantage. This information should usually be kept up to date by whoever it is that has the closest relationship with that individual. Also remember to keep an eye out for dates and information sources. These will give you good indications as to when the information was added onto the system and where it came from in the first place. Lastly, what to do if you think that your information has been overwritten by someone else's. If you contact a local site administrator, they should be able to roll back any address information that has been added onto the system, meaning you should have little to no chance of ever losing pertinent information. We hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you'd like any more information, contact us at www.admin.ox.ac.uk/DARS or email us at darstraining@admin.ox.ac.uk.